high alert after a suicide bombing which killed 21 Christians in a church on New Year's Day. Protesters are demanding that the government does more to protect them ahead of the Coptic Christmas holiday this Friday. Well, Rupert Wingfield-Hayes reports for us now, and his piece, I should say, does contain some flash photography. Also, you might find some of the images in his report rather distressing.
For 7-year-old Clara, even the slightest movement now is agony. The little girl is burned over much of her body, but the nurses have to move her. It's not an easy sight to watch. In the next door bed, her mother is suffering her own agony. She listens to her daughter's cries.
Whoever did this, they are not human beings. They are not people. They are animals.
Dr. Samir shows me the bits of shrapnel he has removed from victims' bodies. The Alexandria bomb was packed with old nuts and bolts. This was the moment a little after midnight on Friday when the bombers struck. Inside the church, the explosion nearly blows the doors in. Outside in the street, there is carnage. At least 21 lie dead, more than 90 others are injured. Today, the church is sealed off behind a wall of hundreds of riot police. Too little, too late, according to the local Christians.
There's been sporadic violence between Egypt's Muslims and Christians for years, but never before has there been an attack on the scale of the one that took place here on Saturday morning. Whoever planted the bomb outside the church behind me here appears to have wanted to deliberately inflame tensions and hatred between Egypt's 8 million Christians and more than 70 million Muslims.
On Egyptian television, Muslim and Christian elders have made a very public display of unity. Like the Egyptian government, they are blaming the bombing on foreigners.
It is necessary that all Egyptians, and I don't want to say Muslims or Christians, but just Egyptians, join hands against these conspiracies that have targeted Christians now, but which will not differentiate tomorrow.
But out on the streets of Cairo, the crowds of Coptic protesters are in no mood to hold hands. They are angry and they want revenge. With the Coptic Christmas just a few days away, the fear among Egyptian Christians is that the bombers, whether homegrown or foreign, may be preparing to strike again. Rupert Wingfield-Hayes, BBC News, in Alexandria.
It's coming right now.
Well, here with me is Bishop Angaelos, the General Bishop of the Coptic Orthodox Church of Britain. Thank you very much for coming in. It must be tremendously upsetting for you to see those pictures again of what happened in Alexandria. How concerned is the Coptic Christian community that this might happen again?
Well, we're very concerned considering that there have been actual threats. We started being concerned after the bombing of the Syriac Catholic Church in Iraq, where original threats were made against the Coptic Church. And we were expecting something to escalate, expecting something to happen. Unfortunately, it has.
What response have you had from the Egyptian government that some kind of protection will be afforded to people?
I think we're dealing with two issues here. One is immediate protection, and that, I'm sure, as you saw, there were lots of riot police and there are various state institutions. The bigger issue, though, is how to deal with long-standing situations that have been unresolved and have caused an inflammation that now leads to this sort of action.
What kind of long-standing problems? Is it an issue of the relationship between the Christian minority and the Muslim majority?
Well, just over this last year, there have been numerous attacks on Christians. There was a drive-by shooting last Christmas Eve in January 6, 2010. Until now, no one has been brought to justice. There was a demonstration in one of our churches in Giza only about a month ago, where live ammunition was fired into a protesting group. And this has given the impression, unfortunately, that Coptic Christians are a soft and legitimate target. And being unresolved, I think I want to challenge one word that was given in your report of revenge. I don't think we want revenge. It's not part of who we are. We've been there, we're an indigenous people, we've been there for 2,000 years. We don't want revenge. We want an equal citizenship. We want an active program of citizenship from the government to make everybody feel that they are equal members of the same society.
What is the situation then that makes them feel that they're not equal members?
Well, for instance, these few items that I just mentioned, there has been a lack of justice. Until now, people have died. People have died for the past 20 years in various terrorist attacks. We had one incident 10 years ago where people went into a village and killed in cold blood over 20 Christians. And until now, there has been no one brought to justice. So these are the things that need to be addressed fully for people to be calm and for people in Egypt to have peace, Christians and Muslims, as they have lived for many, many years.
Bishop Angaelos, we appreciate your time. Thank you.